Here in the comments, do you guys see bodybuilding as an essential complement to jiu-jitsu? And maybe just you can apply that to a broader approach of strength and conditioning. But
go ahead, Nicky.
I think I know Nicky Rod's answer.
How many chicks you want to get, bro? It depends how many chicks you want to get, my dude.
Strength and conditioning for jiu-jitsu is one of the most misunderstood pieces of the puzzle. Some think it's about bodybuilding, some powerlifting, others swear by light kettlebell flows or sport-specific drills. But here's the truth. You only need a few key principles and 2 days a week to build the strength to dominate and stay healthy. In this video, we'll go over the how and why of lifting for jiu-jitsu and give you a simple, effective program to start making gains.
If you're not lifting, you're kind of missing out in a big aspect of jiu-jitsu. If you're the same, you have the same technique and same athleticism as your opponent, and you're just a little bit stronger, dude, you're gonna win that match 9 times out of 10.
Lifting is essential for jiu-jitsu. It helps you produce more force, absorb more impact, and makes your body harder to break. If you're only training jiu-jitsu with no other physical practice, it's going to catch up to you. This sport is brutal on the body, and the stronger, more resilient you are, the more you can train and the longer you'll last. Balancing strength with jiu-jitsu can feel tough, but done right, it won't burn you out. It'll elevate your game. You see all the top athletes lifting: Gordon, Owen, Nicky Rod, Marigali. Strength training is the standard at the highest levels. There's no way around it. Lifting makes you better on the mat. Don't believe me? Check this out. A scientific review in British Journal of Sports Medicine found that strength training reduces sports injuries by up to 66%. That's not just recovery, that's prevention. There's a lot of ways to lift for jiu-jitsu. You've got the bodybuilder hypertrophy style, Gordon Ryan, Nicky Rod, they love it. Then there's the conjugate method powerlifting approach. Guys like Dante rep that. And of course the functional kettlebell bro, a bit maligned, but honestly still a solid way to stay active and mobile. But here's the thing. Whatever style you pick, you need to know your goal. If you want to get stronger, you need to lift enough weight and progress week after week. Bottom line, you should be hinging, squatting, pressing, pulling, and yeah, hitting arms, because big biceps make better rear naked chokes and better heel hooks. We'll talk more about exact exercises later, but here's the most important part. Manage your effort. If you're going hard in grappling, you can't go 100% in the weight room too. That's how you burn out. Keep your lifting around rate of perceived effort 7 to 8. Let's say medium hard, but with something left in the tank. Going to failure will just leave you wrecked and sore, and you'll get smashed in your next rolls. If you're training jiu-jitsu 5 to 6 days a week, I recommend lifting 2 times a week with full body workouts. At that training volume, especially if you're doing double sessions, you are already flirting with overtraining. 2 smart strength sessions is plenty. If you're training jiu-jitsu 3 to 4 days a week, you've got a bit more recovery bandwidth. So 2 to 3 lifting sessions is totally doable. Just make sure you are still prioritizing quality sleep and recovery. The good news? You can make excellent progress lifting just twice a week, as long as you're hitting all the major movement patterns consistently. But here's the deal. With this kind of workload, you will get sore. You need to be getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. No shortcuts. If you are feeling constantly sore or tight, it's time to add in some targeted mobility work. I'm working on a stretching for jiu-jitsu video you'll be able to follow along with, so stay tuned for that.
It helps the cardio and the muscle endurance, man, when you're on the mat, you know. Sometimes you got to squeeze your rear naked choke for a minute and a half, and a lot of these guys gas, and, you know, not us, you know, we're out there, we'll get that choke, eventually we'll finish it.
Let's be real, 90% of sports specific training is bullshit. The gym is for getting stronger. The jiu-jitsu gym is where you get better at jiu-jitsu. But that last 10%, there's real value if you do it right. If you are in your first year, build your squeeze. You should be like an anaconda, slowly choking the life out of your prey. If you can't choke out your own leg for a full minute, you're not ready to strangle that cocky purple belt who gave you their back just to flex their defense. You want to finish chokes, not gas out just because someone tucked their chin. Now, some movements actually translate. Rope slams, great for grip strength and simulating hand fighting. And there are advanced drills combining mobility, speed, and power. Guys like Kolabate use these, and you can see how explosive and dynamic he is. So remember, strength comes first, skill is the priority, and sport specific work, sprinkle it in here and there, but don't make it your whole thing. Here's a simple strength training program I follow alongside my jiu jitsu training. Most days I lift after training, but sometimes I'll take the morning off just to focus on the gym. Once I'm in, the goal is to warm up, get moving, and activate key muscles before the heavy stuff. The warm up is simple bodyweight movements with a little jumping to get the heart rate up. For workout A, I'll hit side plank rotations, forward squat jumps, and kickstand hinges. It's all about prepping the body to squat and deadlift well. On the hinges, especially, I'm focusing on firing my glutes and keeping good tension. The goal here is activation, not exhaustion. Then I get into the main lifts: Zercher squat, deadlift, barbell row, overhead press, pull up and dip superset, and I finish with some arm work. Now, I'm going light today. Why? Because I'm weak, lazy, and I hate hitting legs. Also, I'm a bit injured. But enough excuses. I used to squat ass to grass, but I started paying for it with my low back. Zerchers feel great though. Keep me upright and don't aggravate anything. So they're my go to now. Everyone in Jiu Jitsu and the mobility community will tell you how important it is to squat all the way down. I think without weight, this is a really good idea, but once you start adding on weight, usually you'll get some sort of like butt twink going on, and good chances you'll probably just compress your low back. So, sure, I could go heavier, but at what cost? This session is about consistency post injury. Once you're consistent with lifting, you need to increase weight gradually, week after week. Any kind of row is going to help you. Jiu Jitsu is all pulling, so just get stupid strong here. Overhead press is my weakest lift by far, so I'm keeping it light, dialing in form, and making sure I'm not gassing out before my next roll. Gotta balance that David Goggins voice with the I still gotta train Jiu Jitsu in 2 hours voice. Pull ups and dips are my favorite superset. Pulling strength is huge. Think Sean Brady's demon back. And when I'm doing dips, I'm imagining smashing through X guard hooks and driving people into the mat. After that, it's time for the guns. Rear naked chokes and heel hooks don't grow on trees, but tree trunk biceps help you catch them. I finish with plate squeezes to toast the grip. Now, for workout B, we follow a similar structure. 3 bodyweight warm-up exercises. Hops. Try to have 1 to 2 seconds between the jumps. These surprisingly fire the quad and increase your heart rate. Push-ups. You cannot beat them. If you can't do 15 to 20 push-ups and are under 50 years old, get your shit together. Lunges. Lunges are great for stretching and movement. Lunges, bench press, cable row, battle ropes, and finishing with Arnold presses. When I started doing weighted lunges consistently, I noticed an instant improvement in my wrestling and single leg shots. I'm starting slow now, but once you're knocking out Bulgarian split squats, that's elite level. Bench press? Sometimes you just gotta bench. If the gym's crowded, I'll switch to dumbbells. Either way, it's fun and it builds that pushing strength. Cable rows can be swapped for landmine rows, both great for developing the strength to pull in on single legs and control from top positions. Battle ropes might be the best bang for buck exercise for hand fighting and grip conditioning. Try to build up to 60 seconds straight. It's a game changer. Also, don't keep your stance stagnant. Keep your feet moving and snapping the ropes just like you were snapping someone's head down in wrestling. And then I finish with Arnold's. Nothing crazy, just a good pump for the biceps and shoulders. These are all simple exercises, but the real key is just showing up consistently and building strength. If you liked this workout and you're trying to get a solid routine going, I made a free PDF that breaks it all down. Sets, reps, and a few extra tips, like how to approach RPE and progressive overload. Hit the link in the description to download it. Totally free. We've got a ton of epic stuff coming soon. Instructionals, mobility routines, competition breakdowns, the whole flow and fight lifestyle. Appreciate you watching. It's Flow and Fight. Peace out.
Oh yeah, your face is in shot. Yeah, you look so much better shaved, bro.
Bro, help me out.